going to tell him. Then I thought it'd be quite nice if it was a surprise. Then the whole thing got so big I couldn't tell him because it would have been such a surprise.
Well, don't be so wet. Tell him.
I will, only...
He'll be delighted. Won't he? Look, is there something wrong with him?
No. At least, no. Of course not.
He's some kind of psycho? Neurotic, paranoid?
No, just a normal man.
Is he? Oh, dear. Yes?
What do you mean, yeah? I live here.
Oh, you must be the husband.
I must be the what?
You better come in.
Oh, well, thank you very much indeed. What a nice place this is, my home. Could I just pop in and have a quick look round, if that's all right with you?
In or out?
In. There is just one question I'd like to ask.
I'm Miranda Shaw.
Who exactly are Miranda Shaw?
Yes. Now, look, you've arrived at an inconvenient time. We are rather busy.
We?
Alice and I. So if you wouldn't mind popping upstairs or slip out of the garage and do things.
I don't do things in the garage. Where's Alice?
In the kitchen.
Right, then I'm going into the kitchen.
Very well, if you must. In there.
Actually, I do know where my own kitchen is. Thank you very much.
Oh, Lord.
I've told you not to call me that. Alice, are you aware there is a mad woman in the house?
I'm sorry, Alice. I told him we were busy.
What are you doing home? It's the middle of the afternoon.
I didn't get the directorship.
Oh, love, I am sorry.
So I came home in a huff. I often come home in a huff. It's quicker than the train. You're noted for your sense of humour, aren't you?
Well, if that's all, then perhaps you wouldn't mind just...
No, that is not all. No, who is this?
I told you I am Miranda Shaw.
Miranda Shaw. No, Miranda Shaw. Sorry, it doesn't ring a bell at all. If you'd said Nancy Reagan or Princess Michael of Kent or Mary Kenny... So you're not Mary Kenny. No, you're not Mary Kenny. You are infinitesimally more attractive. Look, who is this?
I said you should have told him.
Tell me what?
I just kept putting it off.
Is it bad? Oh, God, it must be bad. You never put off telling me anything. Hello, darling. The bailiffs came today and took away the children. Did you have a nice day at the office? If you can't tell me, it must be really bad.
Tell him, Alice, then we can get on with something important.
Yes, tell me, Alice, because if you don't, I'm going to shoot you. Then I'm going to shoot her, and then I'm going to shoot the budgie. 3 daft old birds at once.
We haven't got a gun.
I haven't got a budgie either, but the idea is basically sound.
Tell him, Alice, and let's hope he won't be silly about it.
Actually, she is first for the firing squad. Yes, come on, love. Tell Tom, what's the big secret?
This.
Book club offering, yes, what about it?
Yeah, well, look at the cover.
Summer of Love, yes, I saw it this morning.
The author's name.
Alice Hammond, same name as you.
Yep. Picture of the author on the back.
Yeah, looks a bit like you too, doesn't she?
It is me, Tom.
Look, I'm not a silly person, Alice. I'm just trying to work out why your name and your photograph is on this book.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
It's all right. I understand. Someone's put your name and your photograph on this book by mistake.
Oh, you...
I don't believe it.
Well, it's true.
Oh, I'm ever so proud.
Are you?
Oh, my wife's written a book. My wife has written a book. My wife's written a book, you know.
I know.
And it's been published. Oh, I hope they paid you for it.
Quite a bit.
Oh, that means it's a good book.
It's a very good book.
This gets better and better. Well done. Oh, well done. This makes up for Gerald. Nearly. Well done.
Are you really telling me you didn't even know she was writing a book?
That's a point. Am I really telling her I didn't know you were writing a book?
I typed it in the afternoons.
Naughty, naughty.
Hid the manuscript in my brown pants drawer.
Ah. That explains it. I got my own brown pants drawer, you see. Oh, well done.
Well, aren't you going to read it, then?
Oh, Tom doesn't have to read it.
No, Tom doesn't have to read it.
Not if he doesn't want to.
No, of course I want to read it.
Well, I think you should read it. Perhaps he might appreciate you a bit more.
Who is this?
But you don't like romantic fiction. What was it you called it this morning? Slop.
Ah, that's before I knew it was your slop.
It is not slop. You'll find it beautifully written and expertly crafted if you know anything at all about it.
Who did you say this is?
Oh, read it tomorrow when you feel better.
I feel better. I'm going to read it now.
But in the other room, if you don't mind.
Right. But tell me, Miranda, because nobody else will, what exactly is your role in this book writing business? Did you help to write it? Either the editor? Do you publish it? Do you sell it? What exactly is it you do?
I'm your wife's agent.
Oh, you don't do anything.
Finished? Good. I want you to run me to the station, if you will.
Tom? Well, it's not too bad, is it?
What?
The book, man. What did you think of it?
Oh, quite nice.
Thank you, Frank Delaney.
Alice, I'd like to have a word with you in the living room.
Oh, Lord.
I've told her not to call me that.
Well?
I don't know what to say.
Ha! Every time you say I don't know what to say, I know exactly what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say you're shocked.
Well, I am shocked.
See, I told you.
Well, I am.
Well, is it that terrible?
Oh, it's not terrible. It's well written. It's brilliantly written. I mean, that's just... Oh, God, Alice, it's terrible.
It is not terrible, my dear man. That book has been described as a scorching revelation of the frailties and deceits of modern marriage.
Who called it that?
I did.
Excuse us.
Tom? Now, you are not going to make a fuss, are you?
I'm not going to make a fuss, but this is... I mean, God, have you read it?
Wrote it.
I know. But have you read it? I mean, the chap,
The hero, yes.
the chicken plucker.
Oh, yes, that business with the feather.
Never mind the business with the feather. There are just two questions I want to ask about this young man.
Now, what two questions are those?
First, who is he? Second, who the hell is he?
What do you mean, who is he? Doesn't exist.
Oh, come on. He's so lifelike.
Oh, thank you.
Very lifelike. And in fact, if I remember your most vivid and intimate descriptions, larger than lifelike.
Tom, be sensible. It's just a figment of my imagination.
I don't believe you. You haven't got that sort of imagination.
I don't know. Managed to stay married to you for 18 years, which sometimes required considerable imagination. Anyway, I don't know why we're wrying about Steve. I mean, it's just...
Steve. Oh, Steve now, is it? Steve.
Yeah, well, that's his name.
Yeah, well, you're pretty free with it, aren't you? Steve. Oh, Steve.
I gave it to him, for God's sake.
And anyway, that business with the feather.
What about it?
Look, my train goes in half an hour.
It's not possible. Not with a feather.
There you are, then. If it's not possible, it didn't happen, so I made it up.
It is possible. It is possible. I tried it.
My God, did you?
Yes.
I And did it work? No, don't.
Tom, will you stop leading me around like a child?
Some child? And while we're on the subject, what about your children?
Well, they're yours too.
Huh, yes, and all conceived without the aid of a single feather. What are they going to say when they find out?
They found out.
My God, they haven't read it, have they?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Well, John said the old man will go bananas, and Sarah said the old boy will froth at the mouth. But I said, don't be stupid. Your father is far too mature and sensible to make such a fuss.
Did you really?
Yes.
Look, I hate to intrude, but if I'm going to get back to civilization sometime this evening...
I'm so sorry. Good heavens! Look at that! Ow! And what about the sex? What did they say about that?
Well, Sarah said it was perfectly funny.
Funny, the girl's insane.
Yes, well, John thought it was old hat.
Old Hat, the dirty little pervert.
They're not like you. They don't believe it. They know it's just a book. They know you don't have to do things to write them down. You just use your imagination. It's Never Neverland. Steve doesn't exist. He never existed. You're just jealous of a fictitious character.
Really?
Really?
Well, it has happened before, you know. I was once jealous of Roy Rogers.
What, the cowboy?
Yeah, we were both in love with the same horse. Oh, I'm proud of you, really I am.
Anyway, you know, I was thinking of killing Steve off in the sequel.
Good. What finally carries off the old chicken plucker? Exhaustion?
No, foul pest.
Well done. I'm so proud.
Oh, I'm glad. Tom, would you mind running Miranda to the train?
Only if she gives me a 50-yard start. What time's your train?
5:30. Look, do speed on. I don't want it to go without me.
It wouldn't dare.
I suppose you'll get a nice car now.
This is a nice car. Anyway, I'm about to walk out of my job. I'm certainly going to get a new car, a jacuzzi, and a holiday in Barbados now, aren't I?
What about the money from Summer of Love?
No, come on, I'm not that naive. Books don't make much.
The present estimate is that Summer of Love will make £250,000.
Yeah. But £250,000 doesn't go as far as it...
And of course, the sequel will do much better. We expect Alice to be a millionaire in, 2 years. Maybe less. You've just driven through a red light.
I'll buy them another one. You know, I've often thought I could write a book.
Oh, God.
No, really, I've got a pretty good imagination.
And experience?
What?
Have you had the experience? You've got to have done something to write about.
No, you don't. It's Never Neverland, you see. You don't actually have to do things to write them down. You just have to imagine them, don't you?
Oh.
Yes, you know, you do.
I think someone's trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but what about this imagination business?
Look, I'll say to you what I say to all prospective writers. Don't make it up. It doesn't work. Live it. Experience is the raw material of any good novel. It is essential.
Yes, I sense that... Oh.
Hi. Oh, Lord, not again, please. Not again.
I cannot imagine what you mean by that remark.
I mean, surely you're not in a state again.
I'm not in a state again. In fact, I'm not in a state for the first time. I'm just...
In a state?
I've been talking to Miranda.
Oh, well done.
She says imagination isn't enough. You have to have done the things you write about, which means that you must have done the things you wrote about.
She's kidding you, winding you up.
Why should she do that?
Because she thinks you're a gullible simpleton. Good judge of character, our Miranda.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Look.
And looking. And all I can hear is babble, and all I can see is a really silly person.
Look, all I am trying to say is...
Oh, Lord. Look, let me say it for you. What you think is that in order to write the steamy bits in my book, I must have had at some time or other a steamy affair.
You said that, I did not.
Well, of course I said it. You wouldn't. Well, come on, that's what you think, isn't it? Fine. Well, listen to me, Tom. I didn't.
Perhaps it's before we met.
No.
Or when we went through that bad patch.
I didn't go through a bad patch. You went through one all on your own.
Yeah. But,
That Sally person.
oh, that was midlife crisis.
You were 28.
Well, nothing happened with Sally.
Not for the want of trying, was it?
Oh, plenty happened with your Steve, though, didn't it? Oh, plenty.
Steve, listen. Steve does not exist. I invented him. He's a myth, like Father Christmas.
Oh, that explains something else, then.
What?
That's why Father Christmas keeps going ho, ho, ho.
Well, what would you like for tea, Thomas, dear? Spaghetti hoops? Jammy dodgers?
What?
Well, behave like a child. I'll treat you like a child.
Look, I'm not going to have a row.
You're having one, you great prune. You used to were. I'm stopping it right now.
How are you going to do that? Confess?
No. I'm going to brain you if you don't listen to me for just one moment.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Right. Now, I'm going to make you a promise. And then you are going to shut up. And you are never going to open your mouth on this stupid subject again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I promise you on everything that we've meant to each other, on our children's lives, even on your mother's life. However mercifully short that may turn out to be, that I have not had an affair. There is no such person as Steve, and I made up the whole damn book, I promise you. Hmm?
Right.
Right.
But if you're Steve... I'll just stroll down to the pub.
Oh!
Alice. Alice. Sorry about what I said, love. I know I ought to wake you up and tell you. I'm not going to, though. You'll only give me hell. One thing you can say about our marriage, we talk a lot. Especially when we're not speaking to each other. No, I know Steve doesn't exist. Not as such. No great super stud, strutting around, dispensing feathers like some mad mother goose. I know you made him up. Trouble is, no one else does. What's going to happen when people read it? I'm going to be a laughing stock. I won't be able to go down to the pub anymore. All the regulars will stare at me. All two of them. What a dreadful little pub it is, Tim. You're going to be a star. Famous. What's going to happen to me? How am I going to do my tedious little job when I don't have to? And what am I going to say to the people I like and respect? You know, like, well, like the postman. So, Steve doesn't really exist. But you had to have one, didn't you? You had to invent one. A Tom wasn't enough. Still, I should be grateful. At least you made one up rather than found the real thing.
Who's that?
Who on earth do you think? It's me. Go to sleep. Night, my love.
Night, night, Steve.
And there's more from Tom and Alice at the same time next week. Starting on BBC2 shortly, Eve and Marilyn, a film about the relationship of photographer Eve Arnold with the film star Marilyn Monroe over the 10 crucial years of her stardom and decline. Well, in half an hour, we begin the first of an 8-part series about an impoverished haulage firm, Pickard Freight Hall, where any job, even strike-breaking, seems a heaven-sent opportunity. That's Truckers, starting at 9:30. This is BBC1.
The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Nicholas Witchell.